If you know Arizona Music Fest, you know that the two great pillars of our festival are our festival orchestra and our commitment to great jazz that has existed for the 2 decades now plus of the festival. I submit to you that the work we're going to play to open our Sunday final orchestral concert really brings about both. I'm talking about the Dvorak Symphony No. 9, commonly known as the New World Symphony. And if you're wondering where does the jazz come, I say it's in this way. Anthony Dvorak came to the United States in the late 19th century. He taught in New York, he spent time in various parts of the United States. In Iowa, for example, he spent time with a Czech community there. He got to know the soil of America, and in fact, he used those words when speaking to young American composers. He said to them, "You, young American composers, have been reaching into the soil of Europe looking for inspiration, and that's why you're not finding strong footing in your compositional output. Instead, look to your own soil." He specifically referenced Native American rhythms and slave spirituals. Well, composers took heed, and from that moment into the 1910s, 1920s, great composers emerged, among them George Gershwin, Aaron Copland, Scott Joplin, who took us to a place of jazz, the beginnings of jazz. And so I really think that Anthony Dvorak is the outsider who noticed this first and moved us in that direction. The New World Symphony was written in the United States and was written about his time here, and of course is some of the most famous melodies known in all of the orchestral world. Several seasons ago, we founded the Arizona Music Fest Festival Chorus. I think this has been one of the greatest things we have done in my tenure as artistic director of the festival. This 90-plus member chorus, under the direction of Dr. Rebecca Lord, sings at such an exceptionally high level. We have featured them with the Beethoven Ninth Symphony, the Vaughan Williams Dona Nobis Pacem, the Verdi Requiem. This year, one of the greatest Russian choral works, Sergei Prokofiev's Alexander Nevsky. He, as leader in Russia, led victorious battles against Swedish, Estonian, crusading invaders, and is one of the great icons of Russian history. Sergei Prokofiev, who wrote during the early part of the 20th century, and very specifically during the Soviet era, wrote this work to accompany a silent film, a legendary silent film. We are performing this for you not with the silent film, but with text, so you will understand the Russian sung by our chorus and by our guest artist in residence, Denyce Graves. There's a phenomenal mezzo-soprano solo in the middle of this work. But know that the story is told through music of the orchestra, soloist, and chorus, bringing about the great glory of Alexander Nevsky. So for the finale concert of the Festival Orchestra, we put these two mighty works together. Dvorak's New World Symphony, as he looks forward and celebrates this new world, America. And Prokofiev's Alexander Nevsky, Sergei Prokofiev, the great Soviet composer, looking back into the great history of Mother Russia. Don't miss this finale concert.